Hello everyone and welcome back. My name's Laura and I have a very busy week ahead of me this week and wanted to take you along and share some of those things with you, kind of make like a weekly vlog. My main project is getting the last of the Christmas stuff put away, or I guess all of the Christmas stuff put away, and kind of get my house back in order. I know we've already all moved on from Christmas, but I definitely have some things that need to kind of be put away. I need to go through the house and make sure all those little random mugs and towels and things in all the different rooms are put back with the decorations and not forgotten. And I need to get the Christmas tree out because it is dead and a little bit crispy now. And then I have a couple Christmas things that I bought for myself that I wanted to share. You know, not even just like what I bought other people, but literally I just bought some things in December for myself as like a little birthday present, a little Christmas present. So I thought that those were really fun. One thing we have to do tomorrow is pick up our rental car. So our car is gonna go into the shop for a little bit. It just needs like some maintenance on it. And we're gonna get a rental car and pick that up. So hopefully that's kind of a cool new car that we're getting. And then one thing we want to do this weekend is go out to the beach and have like dinner on the pier. I know that it's January, so we'll be bundled up. It'll still be very cold. Even though we live in Southern California and even though we're going to the beach, it's gonna be cold and we're gonna get all bundled up, but that'll be fun. Have some dinner on the pier, catch the sunset. I have some other filming that I need to do. I want to film all of the different books that I read last year. Hopefully that video is up. I can link it if you're interested in that, but I'm also gonna film some baby products, kind of like a essential baby products as well as products that you don't need video. So I'm doing that as well this week. And then I have to do my grocery pickup. So I'll share a little grocery haul when I finally get those picked up as well. And we'll kind of just see where the day takes us, see where the week takes us. So glad you're here. Please feel free to subscribe if you'd like to follow along with more Life for the Troxels. Oh, I'm stuck. Whoa, 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 whoa.
In a lot of ways, she's not near. I know why, but it's keeping me awake. We should reminisce, but stay the same. I like saying the two of our names, but it would be a painless love, and that's a waste. We should do it once again, my way. Let's go on and forget yesterday.
Maddie, what do you got?
Oh, bless you.
What do you got?
I got some churros.
Ooh, yummy. Boca, what do you got?
She said it's too hot.
The churro? Donut? Stick donut? Maddie, you got a stick donut?
How did you get a full one?
My dad won't care. Ooh, that's hot.
Hey, hey. I got the pictures in my head, a devastating deficit.
Wearing my blue sweater. And then I just did a grocery order and I did a grocery haul. So I figured I would kind of show you some of the things that I got. And, you know, some of the recipes that I have planned for it. So I have 5 people in my family. And so this is kind of like a typical week worth of groceries. So we're starting off with 200 paper plates and really the only reason I got it is because it was like buy one get one 50% off or something like that. And so this is more like a year's worth of paper plates for us, but got those. We have some strawberries. We actually have been growing strawberries in our garden, but we don't have quite enough to get through for everybody to eat it, all 3 of my daughters to eat it. So just got 1 container of that. Some bell peppers for stuffed peppers. A little thing of yogurt tubes. My daughters have been really into yogurt, but I wanted to mix it up and give them little tubes instead of eating it with a spoon. I got a thing of mozzarella cheese to go with the stuffed peppers. A thing of turkey deli meat. And a head of broccoli. I got some Pam spray. 2 bananas. Just 2, not 3. These little aluminum loaf pans. I just made a batch of, I don't know if you can hear my dogs like scratching at the door, but I just made a batch of banana chocolate chip bread, and so I use these pans to cook them, so I needed to restock. The giant thing of syrup, thing of salmon, these 7-layer bars, and part of the reason why I go to Ralph's versus some of the other grocery stores is because they sell these 7-layer bars and I'm obsessed with them. This is probably the 6th pack that I've bought in the past like 2 months or something like that. And they're just so good. I should probably make them from home because I'm in love with them right now. Mainly because I've been looking for a dessert that doesn't have chocolate in it. I mean, obviously this has like chocolate chips in it, but I've been trying to find a dessert that has like very limited amount of chocolate, and this is one of the things that just like really hits the spot. Then we got 2 onions, pack of ketchup, 1 18-pack of eggs, and then I got jumbo 3 pounds of ground beef. So this 1 pound is gonna go in the stuffed peppers, like I said. And then I'm gonna do 1 pound in my beef Wellingtons that I make. I have some puff pastry in the freezer that I wanna use up. And then another pound, we'll probably just like put that into the freezer and save that for another night. I got the little chicken nuggets. These are like the frozen pre-cooked chicken, which is so helpful for little things if you're throwing in like a quesadilla and you want a little chicken in it, or you're making like an Alfredo pasta and you want to add a little chicken if you don't have any already prepared. This is like so good. And we love that it's gluten-free. My husband has to eat gluten-free, and this is a really easy way for him to get chicken in his diet without having to eat like the chicken nuggets and stuff, which he won't be able to eat. A bag of apples. And last but not least, Clorox wipes. All of this together was just over $200. It was like $214 or something like that for everything. Definitely it can get through at least a week with all of this, hopefully a little bit more.
So packing up the lights that were outside our house, and these are just the ones that go on the eaves, and we have these like reels like to keep them from getting tangled, but some of these just came in like a box, and so I used cardboard and I wrapped it around the cardboard, and that way when we go to put it up next year, it'll hopefully won't be tangled, and it's super easy to just unwind it and get them up on the house.
She's sleeping.
That's not where she sleeps. She sleeps in
Maddie drew this picture, obviously a rainbow and rain clouds, and there's a person here underneath it, and she told me that it was me, which I thought was so sweet that she would draw a picture of me. And she's like, yeah, can't you tell, because it's blonde on the top and brown on the bottom, just like your hair. And I was like, yeah, that's right, that's my hair.
My scars are like maps, you drew 'em with pencil in. And now I think of the things that won't last. Like these days I know they're running fast. Not like I've ever seen before.
I'm sitting, I just warmed up some soup, some potato cheese soup. We made a bunch for Eric. One thing we've been doing a ton of is watching the news on the fires that are in LA. We live in LA. We are not threatened by the fires. We're I don't know how many miles away we are. Maybe like 15 miles away from where they are. So we're not, in an evacuation zone or anything, but it is just so crazy seeing like places that we know and we've been to that have just been completely devastated. And my sister lives a little bit closer, and so like her kids' school is like shut down and things like that, and so that's kind of scary that she's so involved with all of this. But there's just hearing the stories of these people who literally had, some of them just had minutes to spare to get out, with literally just only their clothes on their back and not able to bring anything. Some people had a little bit more time to prepare, so they're throwing things in their car, but then they have to abandon their cars because they can't escape, and it's literally like a life or death situation. But it's really makes you reflect on your life and look around at all your stuff and be like, what would I take if this was me and I need to evacuate? We're close. Like, if this was gonna get even more out of control, like we literally could be victims of this. Well, heaven forbid. But it's like, what are you supposed to bring? Like, we just had Christmas, and I'm like, my ornaments are like sentimental to me. Like, I would want to keep those, but I wouldn't be going into my garage and bringing out the Christmas boxes and putting them into my car, So I was like, oh my gosh, like, what truly is the most important things? And it's like, all right, what do you even bring if you just had like 5 minutes notice? And I was looking online, and the advice is to bring your dirty clothes bin. And that just was like a aha moment for me, because it's like, if you bring your dirty clothes bin, they're clothes that you wear often, so they're gonna fit you, they're seasonally appropriate. They might be dirty, but you could wear dirty clothes or you could wash them, and they're already in a container, so you just bring the whole dirty clothes bin with you. And you could do it for, I'm like, even all my kids share a clothes bin, I could bring their clothes bin too. And I was like, oh my gosh, well, that was like a light bulb moment. Like, that's what I'll bring that for clothes, grab the dog and his leash, bring the kids, pack a bottle. We got snacks in the car, we keep them in there. It makes you reflect on just what is truly needed. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, there's, I'll grab the important
documents out of the safe. Maybe we have we have that, but other than that, and like, you know, the basic necessities I need for the next like 3 days, there's nothing else that is as important as my life and my family's life. And so seeing tragedies like this really puts things in perspective. I definitely hope that everyone who's been personally affected by it really, you know, get some relief soon, because it is just absolutely devastating having to watch this, especially when it's so close to home.
When it's not a war zone and we start going through stuff, maybe some little thing that I would love to have survived. So start thinking about those memories right now.
Believe it or not, we're actually expecting the wind to pick up quite a bit as we head into...
I don't love this angle because it shows the mess of my room, but you get to see relatability. My room is a mess. But another thing that I bought for myself is this hat, and you're like, it's just a hat, whatever, who cares? But it says get out there, and then it says care less on the side. And it's a little tight, but I feel like this is such a great like mantra or like motto for moms. And the person who created this, her name is Chan, or I think it's Chandler, and she has this Instagram account about how she gets out of the house every single day with her 3 boys and just go on adventures. And she's like, it just saves her sanity getting out. She'll do anything that she can to like go and explore. And I think that is just so wonderful. I have been very much on the get outside hours, and I've done like the 1,000 hours outside challenge and things like that, but she's not even saying get outside. She's just saying get out of your own home and your 4 walls. And one of the things is by saying care less. She's like, it seems so overwhelming, like taking your kids out, you know, you're out of your safe place where you have everything you need. Like, what if you forget something? And she's like, why does it matter if you do? And one of her examples is like, they were going to some sort of like park, like wilderness park, and her oldest got like his pants dirty and they were super muddy. And she's like, I do not care if he has muddy pants. She's like, but I do have a change of pants in the car. So she goes to the car, they're too small for him. Okay, he can wear 2 small pants for a couple hours and they can still go and have an adventure, and he's more comfortable getting out of muddy pants. Who cares if they're too small, or who cares if they're his sisters and they're pink? Just, you know, it really doesn't matter. Are you gonna let that interfere with you and going out and getting out of the house? And so I very much relate to that. I am very much a careless person, a lower your expectations person, and this was something that was important to me to have as kind of like a little reminder. I also got a Christmas sweater, so I can share with you that next. But this is a book, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, and thank you Target for the impossible to remove sticker that blocks the cover. But this is the prequel to the Hunger Games series, and I have been very into dystopian young adult writing. I made a whole video about the like books that I read last year, and a lot of them were dystopian, a lot of them were young adult. Definitely getting into like the kind of fantasy situations, but I love like post-apocalyptic dystopian kind of things. And Hunger Games, I wish that I could read the Hunger Games for the first time again, but I can, because there's a whole new story about it. And we went on a cruise, and they have like the movies that they play outside on like the pool deck at night, and this was one of the movies, and we were on our way to dinner and just sat there for like 20 minutes watching this movie, and we're like, oh my gosh, it's so good, we want to see more. So still haven't watched the movie, but I bought this book for myself so I could read it and get to experience Hunger Games for the first time again. So looking forward to reading this, and then I'll show you my other little sweater that I got as, you know, fun little Christmas presents to myself. So one of the things that Eric and I bought for ourselves for Christmas, which was like kind of our gift to ourselves basically is this time and table pots and pan set, and this was a great gift for someone, and I'm sure my mom would have loved to like have gifted it to us, but we didn't even really know that we wanted this, and then we saw it on the Black Friday sale, and it was like a Black Friday deal, and we could stack it with like our cash back. And just the way that it worked out, we're like, I'm not gonna tell my mom to go out and buy it because she's not gonna get this deal. So they were like selling out of the colors. We knew we didn't want like the white color. So anyways, 32 pieces. I think this thing was like 45 bucks. I'm not joking. Like, that's how cheap it was. It comes with all of the different types of pans for the stove, which is what we wanted. But it also comes with like racks for like the oven, a silicone mat, all of these different like utensils, measuring spoons. This is like, I think it was like originally like $250. And then it was on sale for like $45, or maybe it was like $150 on sale for, I don't know. But this has been something we're really looking forward to, opening this and fixing up our kitchen situation. Okay, it's like 8 o'clock in the morning, so I haven't put my makeup on yet. But our usual car is in the shop. It's just getting a little bit of work done on like the rear view camera, rear view system. So we have a rental car, and it's a Jeep Wagoneer, the like super long version. So there's like the third row, a ton of storage in the back. And my car is a Chevy Tahoe, but it's an 08. And this is a 2024. And so I'm like, I am driving a spaceship right now, because there's so many little like features and bells and whistles, and obviously things have come a long way. Like my 08 doesn't even have Bluetooth capability, so like that alone seems like a futuristic feature. But let me point out some of the features that just like astonish me as like a grandma living in like 1962 apparently. Well, first of all, obviously the push to start, that's a new thing. And then my seat moves forward for me, so it like moves back to get in and out of the car. The steering wheel is not even round, so I'm like, you feel like you're driving a spaceship. It's kind of fun to drive. I kind of feel like I'm a new driver again, figuring everything out. So pretty cool. We'll have it for about a week before we get our Tahoe back.